Have you ever felt that unsettling chill? That inexplicable sensation that you're not alone, even in an empty room? This is the story of Samira, a young woman whose ordinary life took a terrifying turn one fateful night. It was a cold winter evening, and Samira had just moved into an old rental house in a quiet neighbourhood. The landlord had mentioned the house's rich history, but didn't go into much detail. She didn't think much of it. After all, the rent was cheap and the house looked cosy enough. But as the days passed, strange things began to happen. It started small. A flickering light, a faint sound of footsteps when no one was there. Samira brushed it off as her imagination, until the whispers began. One night, while she was lying in bed scrolling through her phone, she heard it, a faint whisper. Samira. Her heart froze. She sat up and scanned the room, but nothing seemed out of place. It's just the wind, she thought, trying to convince herself. But the whispers grew louder, more insistent, as if they were coming from the walls themselves. Samira turned on every light in the house and stayed awake until dawn, her heart racing. The following evening, she decided to stay up and see if anything unusual would happen again. Around midnight, she noticed movement out of the corner of her eye, a shadow, long and distorted, standing at the end of the hallway. She froze. It didn't move, but it didn't disappear either. Summoning her courage, Samira called out, "Who's there?" Silence. She took a hesitant step forward, and that's when it happened. The shadow lunged toward her, dissolving into a cold gust of air that sent shivers down her spine. Terrified, Samira called her best friend Aisha, who came over the next morning. Aisha listened intently, her face growing pale. "I've heard stories about this house," she said. "They say a woman lived here years ago, and she disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Some believe she never really left." Samira laughed nervously, trying to dismiss the idea, but deep down she couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching her. That night, Samira decided to confront her fears. She lit a candle and sat in the middle of the living room, calling out, "If there's anyone here, show yourself." At first there was nothing. Then the air grew heavy and the temperature dropped. The candle flickered violently before going out completely. In the darkness, Samira saw it, a pair of glowing eyes staring at her from across the room. The whispers returned, louder than ever, and the shadow from the hallway reappeared, now closer than before. It reached out toward her, and Samira screamed. When the neighbours rushed over after hearing the commotion, they found the house empty. Samira was gone, her belongings left behind as if she had vanished into thin air. To this day, no one knows what happened to her. So what do you think happened to Samira? Was it all in her head, or was the house truly haunted? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more chilling tales like this one. Until next time, sleep tight, if you can.